You've probably heard people call the second trimester the golden phase of pregnancy. But what really makes it so golden? Well, a huge part of it comes down to fuel. Today, we're going to break down the diet essentials that build the foundation for this absolutely incredible period of growth.
So here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with what makes this trimester so special. Then we'll bust a huge myth you've definitely heard. After that, we'll get super practical with the key nutrients you need, how to build a healthy plate, and even how to handle some of those common tummy troubles and eat safely. Let's dive in.
All right, let's get into it. Welcome to the second trimester. This is the stretch from about week 13 to 28. And yeah, it's often called the golden one. Why? Well, that first trimester nausea might finally be fading, and your energy could be coming back. But behind the scenes, it's like a major construction zone, and your diet is playing the starring role.
Now, it's easy to just focus on the baby getting bigger, but your body is going through a mind-blowing transformation too. Just think about this for a second. Your blood volume increases by 50%. That's not a small change. It's a massive overhaul that puts huge demands on your body for some very specific nutrients, which we're about to get into.
And here is what all that hard work is for. Your baby isn't just growing. They're becoming this incredibly complex little person. We're talking about organs maturing, a skeleton that's actually hardening from soft cartilage into real bone, and their senses are coming online. Every single one of these milestones needs specific building blocks, and they all come from you.
Okay, next up, we're going to tackle one of the biggest, most persistent myths in all of pregnancy nutrition. You know the one, the whole idea of eating for two. It's time to really separate the fact from the fiction here.
So let's just ask it straight up. Does being pregnant mean you literally need to double your food intake? The short answer, a big, definite no. The reality is so much more about precision and quality than it is about sheer quantity.
So, this number right here is the real story. In the second trimester, you only need about 340 extra calories per day. That's it. That is not a second dinner. It's not even a second lunch. It's a small, really targeted increase to fuel all that amazing development we just talked about. Think of it as a nutritional bump, not a free-for-all.
And what does 340 calories actually look like in real food? It's probably a lot less than you think, and it's surprisingly simple. It could be a serving or two of some low-fat dairy with a little bit of protein. Or, even easier, something like a whole grain bagel with a smear of cream cheese and a hard-boiled egg. The key is making every single calorie count. It's all about nutrient density.
Okay, so if it's not about quantity, then it has to be about quality, right? So what does that quality look like? Let's focus on what I like to call the power trio. 3 nutrients that are absolutely non-negotiable during the second trimester. First up in our trio, iron. Remember that 50% increase in blood volume we talked about? Well, iron is what your body uses to make more hemoglobin, which is the protein that carries oxygen everywhere. You're aiming for about 27 milligrams a day to make sure both you and your baby are getting all the oxygen you need. You'll find it in things like lean red meat, poultry, lentils, and even spinach.
Next up, calcium and its essential partner, vitamin D. They're a team. As your baby's skeleton starts to harden, the demand for calcium just skyrockets. And here's the thing, if you're not getting enough from your diet, your baby will literally take it from your bones. That's where vitamin D comes in. It's crucial because it helps your body absorb all that calcium. You can find them in things like dairy, fortified plant milks, and fatty fish like salmon.
And the final piece of our power trio is choline and DHA. I want you to think of these as the architects of your baby's brain. They are absolutely critical for building the brain and the nervous system. The daily goal is about 450 milligrams of choline and 200 of DHA, and you can get these from foods like eggs, beef, and low-mercury fish like salmon and sardines.
So we've covered the power players, those key nutrients. But how in the world do you put it all together on your plate every day without driving yourself crazy? Let's make it easy with a simple visual guide.
The USDA's My Plate model is actually a fantastic starting point. Now, the goal isn't to perfectly measure everything, not at all. It's just to make sure your meals are generally balanced across these 5 essential food groups. Honestly, variety is your best friend here. It's the best way to get that wide range of vitamins and minerals.
And to make that even more concrete, here are some daily targets to aim for. We're talking roughly 7 ounces of grains, about 3 cups of veggies, 2 cups of fruit, 3 cups of dairy, and around 6 ounces of protein. Again, this isn't about perfection, it's just about having a clear, actionable goal to shoot for.
All right, let's talk about a less glamorous but very real part of the second trimester. As your body keeps changing, you might start to experience some digestive discomforts. But the good news is your diet can be an incredibly powerful tool to help you manage them.
Two of the most common culprits are heartburn and constipation. And you can pretty much thank your pregnancy hormones for both. They relax the muscles all through your digestive tract. This can let stomach acid creep back up, causing that awful burn, and it also slows everything down, which, you guessed it, can lead to constipation.
So how do you deal with heartburn? The whole strategy is to put less pressure on your system. So try eating smaller, more frequent meals. Figure out what your trigger foods are, spicy, greasy stuff, and avoid them. And try to stay upright for a bit after you eat. At night, use gravity. Prop your head and shoulders up with some pillows.
Now for constipation, it's a completely different approach. It's all about helping things move along smoothly. The big things here are upping your fiber with whole grains, fruits, and veggies, and drinking tons of water. Fiber needs water to do its job. Staying active helps too. And this is a big one. Always, always talk to your doctor before you even think about trying any laxatives.
And here we are, our final section. Let's talk about smarter, safer eating. Because beyond getting all the good stuff in, it's also about knowing what to avoid to keep both you and your baby safe and healthy.
Okay, so here's a quick rundown. You'll want to steer clear of fish that are high in mercury, anything raw or undercooked, that's a bacteria risk, and unpasteurized products like some milks and soft cheeses. Alcohol is a complete no-go, and caffeine? It's fine in moderation. The general guideline is to stay under 200 milligrams a day, which is about what you'd get in one 12-ounce cup of coffee.
This quote right here just perfectly nails the main takeaway from everything we've talked about today. It's such a powerful shift in how you think about it. The goal isn't to eat more food. It's to make the food you do eat work twice as hard. It's all about prioritizing those nutrient-packed foods that are building a healthy little person.
And that brings us to my final thought for you. I want to leave you with a really practical question, a little challenge. Looking at your own daily routine, what's just one simple, nutrient-dense swap you could make today to start eating twice as healthy? Think about it. Thanks for tuning in.